Hi guys, this Wltoys A959 buggy is not bad, but it could be a little bit faster. Also, the steering has a huge dead zone around the center position. The following parts will be used: metal shocks, a new servo, servo arms are also included, but we don't need them. We also have a new Racer Star 25 amp ESC and a brushless motor. The battery connector is a T-plug or DIN style. And finally, the brushless motor is a 2435 size with 4800 kV. Let's start with the shock upgrade. The shock look nice, but I think there is not much oil inside. So let's disassemble this thing and have a look what's inside. The spring tension is adjustable. Yes, as you can see, there is not enough oil inside. So let's add some 200 grade silicone shock oil from Tamiya. The dampening feels now much better. Yes, that's how jumpy the original shocks are. So let's remove them. Now we are ready to mount the new shocks. The dampening looks better now. The front shocks will be mounted off camera. The rear suspension still looks jumpy, and I may have to add some thicker shock oil later. Now let's remove the old ESC, the old receiver, the old motor and the old servo. As you can see, the gearbox sealing, which I made during a previous video, can easily be peeled off. Looks like I have ordered the correct servo size. The servo saver will be mounted after the servo is centered. Next step, mounting the brushless motor. Looks like we have the same problem as in the Remo Hobby S-Max. The motor axle is too thin. The old axle is 2.3 mm and the new one 2. This is not good, but for the first test it will do the job. If you want to see how to make your pinion bore smaller, have a look at the video link above. Looks like the screw distance is okay. But now we have to remove the old loctite. Now we want to screw the new motor to the old bracket. Always secure your screws with loctite. The pinion distance needs to be the same as before. Looks like the gear mesh is okay, everything moves nice and freely. Next step, mounting the new ESC. I will borrow the DIY open source Arduino micro RC receiver from this Remo Hobby S Max. Why? Well, as you can see, the gears are completely destroyed because of the enormous power of the brushless motor, and I unfortunately don't have new gears at the moment. So let's peel this thing off. As you can see, this receiver doesn't have a TB6612 FNG motor driver. This is not required if you have a separate ESC. Now we are ready to mount it inside the buggy. The receiver fits nicely in there. The next step will be to wire everything up. The original battery has a JST connector and the ESC a T-plug. We could make an adapter cable like this one, but of course the other way around. For now I will use this small 2S LiPo with T-plug. Everything is wired. Will it explode? Let's try. Now we have to select the vehicle address. Let's switch to full power. Whoa! Ballooning tires are new in this car. I assume it will be crazy fast. The next step will be to mount the servo saver. Time to test the steering. Looks like there is no dead zone anymore. Next step, cleaning up the wiring. Okay, that's about it. Now let's try if the body still fits. Looks like we are almost ready for rock and roll. No dead zone anymore. Now we need to calibrate the steering servo. A 3.3 volt Arduino Pro Micro is used to upload the code. The steering can also be adjusted on the transmitter side, but I prefer to do it on the receiver. The final step to do is to replace the missing body clip on the rear wing. Done! Of course I have reapplied the gearbox sealing. So now let's prepare this thing and see what it can do. This thing has almost too much power now. And it looks like the wobbly motor pinion doesn't really matter. Time will tell. Yes, indeed. It's a little bit faster than before. Oops, too much power is not ideal for jumps. But nothing happened. have to say, this car is really tough, all those crashes and no damages, but the battery is nearly flat now. As always after a micro RC conversion, the steering feels much better now, because the dead zone around the center is gone. Success! If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Bye!